What's up with it? It's your boy New, back with another reading. This is going to be an all signs reading. I'm going to be asking the question, who's going to be your summertime muse? Which is going to set the stage for me to be able to come back and do this reading twice before the summertime, because then what I'll ask is, who's going to be your summertime boo thing? What's up, Marie E? And then when I ask who's going to be your summertime boo thing, it may or may not line up with who's going to be your summertime muse. Because the muse is more so about inspiration opposed to romance, but it could be romance because you can be inspired by romantic relationships. So it could be that, but it could also maybe be a friend. It could be a mentor. It could be a celebrity. It could be a crush. It could be anybody. It could be inspired by anybody. So this is somebody who's going to motivate you guys to become a better version, or to be creative, or to get outside your comfort zone. So yeah, and it'd be for the summer too. So all right. Would you say who? What's up, Lines Kitty? What's up, C Mac? You said who trying to be who gonna be all fine up in that summer dress and trap me? Yeah. What's up, Venturina? What's up, Cashapp? Hey, Melanie. Hey, Intuitive Core. All right. So I know we are going backwards. It's only an hour. It's only a minute 30. So we got time. Let me get a little shuffle in real quick. Let me see. You said I'm good, thanks. And I'm doing well too. I can't complain. Can't cry. What's up, KT? I'm glad you caught the live too. All right, so yeah, we're going backwards, y'all. We're gonna put that over there. Okay, so backwards, Pisces. Let's go. All right, so Pisces. Who's gonna be your summertime muse? Yeah, it's backwards. You missed this yesterday, Pentarina. All right, so it's going to be somebody who's influential, or somebody who has a lot of influence in your life. It's going to be a life-changing person that comes into your life this summer. So it could be a Scorpio. That's maybe somebody who you guys may have a more sexual relationship with. They'll be very flirtatious, very communicative. They always like to talk, text, call. You guys may go on short trips together. You guys will have similar interests. That's probably where you guys are going to meet. Probably, maybe they could even live near you, be a neighbor, or live in your environment, because it's the third house. So they may live in your community, or you guys have similar hobbies, interests, something like that you guys, you know what I mean? Or just, yeah, it's similar interests, something that you guys are like into. They're going to be into it too. So whatever it is that you do regularly, they're going to do it. I think of this being somebody who's active, maybe works out, or they have like a more sensual, sexual body. You know what I mean? So like their body kind of exudes more of a sexual allure to them. So you're going to like this person. You don't like the way they think. You don't like the way they talk. You know what I mean? They're like a chatty Patty or a chatty Bobby. You know what I mean? What's up, Silent Priestess? They be talking like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to like that. You know what I mean? And you can talk about anything with this person. Like there's no subject too deep. And they make you think about things that you probably wouldn't have thought about before. So some of y'all is maybe interracial, because the 8th house can sometimes be taboo relationships, or relationships that like we aren't necessarily like maybe comfortable with in a way. So even if it's not necessarily like interracial, I just kind of get the vibe, because I'm noticing on a lot of cards it's mixed race, or it's just different shades. So maybe they're darker than you, lighter than you, something like that. Or it just could be just the way that you guys view things, or be totally different. This is somebody who have you guys kind of questioning the depths of your soul, or questioning maybe some of your intentions and things, or questioning why you've always done things a certain way. And you may do the same thing for them. Like you guys can have intense conversations, but then they can also like flutter back into like being playful, funny. Like they throw a little funny anecdote into it. You're like, oh, I like that. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna like the way they think. All right, so it could be a Gemini, Cancer, Taurus, Gemini, Scorpio, Libra. All right, it's an attractive person. This is now some of y'all, for y'all, this is gonna be romantic. But you also this could also be like business too. Some of y'all may meet them through business, or meet them through work. Like your third house is the community. So like, and people who you feel like safe around, or feel like you can exchange your ideas or information. You guys are usually like doing a lot of communicating anyway. Even if you don't talk as much, you guys are in the vicinity of talking to each other on a regular, or you know, may have some type of pattern of communicating. So something like that is how you're going to know these people, or how you're going to know this person. Because some of y'all is maybe options. These may be like the it's maybe friends or like people who are just like very, I don't know, they date around. You may be dating around. That might just be kind of like what it is, because I get like a lot of interactions. So you guys will have multiple interactions. So that's why I say maybe if you don't talk to them, you're gonna like have multiple interactions at first. So maybe you guys are just watching each other from a distance, but it's like eventually you guys do kind of touch base on something. So it's a similar interest that connects y'all. So in a conversation that actually leads to more, because you're gonna like the way they think, you're gonna like the way they talk. You know what I mean? Some of y'all may even be somebody you guys knew from childhood, because third house can also be like early education, which is like your first to 1 to 7 years. So somewhere in that range, maybe who this person is. They may be very beneficial or very fortunate. So there's maybe somebody who tries to include you guys in maybe joint endeavors, business. They're enterprising or entrepreneurial, you know what I mean? Or something along the lines of that. Very beneficial. So like I said, some of y'all could come through work or like creative projects or hobbies or some type of similar interest for sure is going to connect you guys. It's a life-changing situation. And it's life-changing because in this card, bouquet, it represents someone who has deeper feelings than what they let on, but also it's a love of a lifetime or a crash and burn situation. So it could be like the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, because you guys will have intense connections. You know what I mean? You'll have like intense feelings. And they may be secretive at first because it doesn't give a vibe of you guys talking about it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like insinuated. And that may be where the problem is, because the feelings are deeper than what they're spoken about. So it may just be insinuated. You may not understand why you feel jealous, why you feel angry, why you feel used, why you feel insecure. This person just brings it up. You know what I mean? And it doesn't seem like, and it may even be times when they're not even being serious. You may feel triggered. They may trigger you. You'll notice it. You know what I mean? But it's somebody who inspires you guys to think deeper, think different, and like look at some of your maybe core wounds, look at some of your core issues. Like you're questioning yourself a lot and why you respond or act or think the way that you think. You know what I mean? And why you have the type of relationships that you have. Because this would be somebody who's beneficial. After this connection, you're either you guys move it to another level, or the relationships that come after that just get better. You know what I mean? So the people that come into your life are more useful or more helpful to whatever cause you're working to, because you understand how to build a connection based on similar interests. All right. So could be a Libra, Gemini, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. All right. So what's up, Miss King? All right. So let's get over here to Aquarius. So Aquarius. You said this would be wild as hell if I met anyone I went to elementary school with. Where did you go to? Would you went at elementary school outside the country, or just in another state? What's up, Annette? All right, so Aquarius. Let's see. Who's gonna be your summertime? I'm about to say your summertime fling. Who's gonna be your summertime muse? So some of y'all is maybe a fling. All right, just maybe somebody who's at a distance. We got Sagittarius energy. All right, so this would be, again, because we got Scorpio energy here. It's going to be an intense connection. So some of y'all, you're going to be catching feelings for somebody at a distance and determined to make it work. Or this person is going to be determined to make it work with you. You know what I mean? So like they may be obsessive in that way where they're trying to control the outcome of the relationship by traveling, by maybe even like sometimes the Sagittarius can be people who promise big things or like over promise or over like, yes, over promise and under deliver at times. But this may be someone who like just trying to sell it up really big. You may even view this person as a big deal because they may be very sexually attractive to you. You know what I mean? So this is, oh, okay. You know what? We're probably going to see a lot of Leo and a lot of Scorpio, because those do have to represent with creativity. They're in Taurus, because those signs are like heavy in creativity. And I'm asking about a muse or somebody who's going to inspire you. So it may be more like fiery or intense energy, because these are people that are meant to bring up like hidden depths in us pretty much. So that's what this is. So it's going to be somebody who's a free-spirited type of person, very intense, possibly very sexual, because people who are very sexual also have a lot of creative energy. So again, you guys may meet this person on traveling, on a trip, or this person may travel to you, or maybe they're just from like out of town. Maybe they just moved there. It's just, it has like a foreign vibe to them. You know what I mean? Or foreign could just be like, you've never seen this person before, because they can also seem like an enigma. Like maybe they live in the same area as you guys, but they just act totally different than everybody else does. Maybe they even have a different accent, but been from the same city, same town all their life. You know what I mean? Like this may be somebody who just, not, it's not Aquarian way where they just do what they want to do different, but they do give like a renegade vibe. You know what I mean? So they like to keep a lot of stuff to themselves too, but they also will like be like an open book. So I guess really serious issues, they're going to stay, you know, they're not going to tell you like, oh, I feel this way about this, or like some of their philosophies they may not really share with you unless it's a serious moment. So you could be dealing with a Leo, could be dealing with a Gemini. They're a great talker, but it's also somebody who likes to argue. So you guys may like having heated discussions with this person, or this person likes to inform you about stuff. They like to try to, I'm going to say they try to teach you, because Sag could be a preacher. So like when this person gets on a soapbox, it can sometimes inspire you to do stuff that you normally wouldn't have done. You know what I mean? Like they can talk you into taking action on things you don't want to do or you wouldn't have thought about doing. You know what I mean? So you'll like this. What's up, Marie? You know what I mean? So you'll like this shit. You're like, I like this. What's up, Shardeezy? Yep. So this is somebody who's very sexually enticing and very powerful, maybe physically or just like the magnetism that they have on them. You know what I mean? So like people just are drawn to them in a way where maybe maybe it could be like competitive, but it can also be like people maybe even follow them in like a leadership role or just naturally feel like they're a leader. You know what I mean? So you'll like that about this person. That might be what inspires you. Like this person just is so optimistic and believes in themselves and believes that they deserve all the best things. You know what I mean? And the way that they talk sounds like it talks with conviction. So you almost feel like they're sure. You're like, damn, this person got to be sure because you talking like you the shit. You know what I mean? Because I've seen the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this is somebody who can be overly arrogant, conceited. They are attractive. They're used to being told they're attractive. So that's really what this is. You know what I mean? So this could be somebody who's maybe more of a secretive relationship or a secretive romance that y'all have. You know what I mean? They just have a lot of influence over y'all. And you may not even really know why. It just may be that they're bold. You know what I mean? They're dynamic. You know, and it's like they kind of know how to speak to you in a way that positively affirms you or who you're trying to become. Because Scorpio shows into your life when you're ready to transform. So whoever this is coming in to help you guys transform and maybe even have a broader, King of Wands. This is a mentor in a way. So whoever it is, even if they're a romantic partner, they're a mentor. They're a natural leader. They know how to take charge. So it could be Aquarius, could be a Leo, could be a Gemini. Somebody you guys had an ending with. You know what I mean? Or you guys had an issue getting the relationship off the ground because maybe it was one-sided. Maybe you were giving them more attention. Maybe you were validating them more, or they were validating you more. Or this person's just very popular and they may have like overlooked you guys or just only gave you a little bit of like conversation at one time where it kind of seemed like they were maybe brushing you off. You may feel like this at first because this person is like overly arrogant. So maybe it doesn't really go anywhere with y'all. You know what I mean? Because it kind of seems, well, I don't know, because we got the world here in Six of Wands. So you get this person's attention somehow. So it could be a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini. So I guess Ten of Swords could mean that so the worst of that situation is over. So if it was an ending between y'all, then this is somebody who the worst of it is over. So I guess maybe you guys have an uncomfortable conversation. Because that's what it is. With the Ten of Swords, it's a conversation that we were meant to have that we were just like, I don't really want to have it because if we have it out in the dark, it means that this may be over. You know what I mean? Because what if it doesn't go the way we expected it to go? So there's going to be a talk about it. You know what I mean? It could be talk about maybe who's investing, how much they're investing. Like you may feel like this person may treat you at times like they're better than you. You know what I mean? Or they may treat you like you're better than them. It's one of the two. Like this person may get a lot of attention, may be very popular. You know what I mean? But somehow you guys get their attention. I guess you get their attention when they see that other people are invested in you guys or other people are like giving to you guys. You know what I mean? So some of y'all, this may be somebody who in the end is going to look at you guys as like a come up or look at you guys as maybe more valuable after a conversation. So you guys have to have some type of talk or maybe you challenge some type of belief or value system that they have or they challenge a belief and a value system that you have about them. So it may be one of those two. But anyway, that's what you're going to like about this person. Like their bold approach, their bluntness, you know what I mean? They keep it real, you know what I mean? The way that they talk, you know, and the way that they go about like asserting themselves in life is going to inspire y'all. All right, so it could be a Leo, it could be a Gemini, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Capricorn, Sag, Scorpio. All right. He says she be trying to big boy people. Realize I don't play that Keon shit. You know what I mean? You gotta let them know sometimes. Sometimes. All right, so Capricorn. Let's see. Let me get a little sippy sip real quick. Little sip. All right. So Capricorn. Who's going to be your summertime muse? That moment, fallout. All right, so again, this could be somebody who's at a distance or somebody who's going to be foreign to you guys. It may not be your usual type. This may be a friend. So some of y'all just may be a friend, or this may be a friend with a large social circle. They seem to be like an outgoing person. Maybe they socialize a lot. Maybe they travel a lot. Maybe they have a lot of world experiences. Could be an Aquarius. Could be a Sag. So it's going to be somebody who's a big deal to y'all. So if it's a friend, it's a big deal friend that comes into your life. They're very good with networking. You know what I mean? And usually very good with getting what they want. And they get what they want because when they show up, people just kind of treat them like they deserve what they're asking for. And this person believes it because of this certain pattern that they've had. So because of things going in the way that it has gone for them, they're able to get deals, partnerships, all type of stuff. People are willing to be generous with them. That's probably what will inspire you because like people just give to this person. And that's the best part, I guess. They have this ideology that they're like, I'm not saying that they're not worthy, but they have the ideology that they are worthy of that. And that's what they're like destined for. So they always get this stuff. You know what I mean? So you're going to be liking this person because they are generous. They share too. 11th house is somebody who intends to help you up. So this is also because I've seen 2 Pisces energies. So it could be a Pisces. So there's somebody who views you guys in a higher light, and they idolize you guys, or they imagine you guys to be good people. Maybe they even kind of see you guys as family, or just have some type of unspoken bond about y'all. Y'all may have this unspoken bond where it just feels like you guys are related, or feels like you guys are just meant to be around each other or meant to be together. You know what I mean? So it may be like kind of idealistic about the partnership. You know what I mean? Maybe this is somebody who has that type of like philosophy when it comes to relationships, where like the people who are closest to them, they want them to have overall happiness. Their well-being needs to be intact. So they're always like maybe pushing, you know what I mean? Yeah, 5 of Wands. So this may be somebody who's a fighter or very competitive. All right. Also, this is somebody who can be very, they get triggered very easily, like, but they suppress their anger very well. So this is somebody who's very tolerant, and you're gonna probably like this person because they try not to like frustrate you. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that makes them angry, it has to really build up. So this is somebody who like is good at like restraining themselves, or yeah, like restraining themselves, and what's the word? Where you're able to not eat so much. Fucking, I always say it too. They're just able to restrict themselves from doing shit. You know what I mean? So they're not really overindulgent. This is somebody who's patient. So they may have a prominent position or have a work at like a big organization, or maybe they have, like I said, a large friend group. Maybe they're popular on social media because we got 11th house. So they usually are part of like a large society, large friend group, large an organization. You know what I mean? Maybe they have, I don't know, they have a network, a large network. You know what I mean? So it's something like that. 10 of Pentacles is here too. Wheel of Fortune. So you guys maybe haven't interacted with them just yet, or you have, but it just didn't go anywhere because you're going to get good news from this person. So some of y'all, this may be somebody who's well off. I got 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Wands. I feel like they may be well off. So they may be maybe a owner of a company, or you know what I mean, like in a position to be able to like call shots if they're not the owner of a company. You know what I mean? So for some of y'all, this may start off as a friend, like a competitive friend, in a way you guys do something with a similar interest because of the 5 of Wands, which is like a Leo energy. So it could be something that you guys do that's competitive, or maybe this is I don't know. I was gonna say maybe they are interactive in some way. So you guys will just start talking. So it's like from time to time, you guys will talk, hang out, spend time together, do maybe creative ventures, maybe do business events together. Maybe I said events. So maybe you guys do events together or something like that. So for some of y'all, it may be even a past person, because I got the Page of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, which kind of gives me possibly somebody who you guys may be having power struggles or ego battles with at this time, and who's going to be impatient to try to move the connection quickly. Because with the 8 of Wands upright and the 10 of Pentacles, I was trying not to say that, but this may be somebody who tries to rush y'all into a commitment or rush y'all into a relationship. Like they may be almost like Aquarius, or was it Pisces, where they kind of like rush you into the relationship because it's like, I can see this being something. I can see this being forever. So could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I get it starting off as like a friend, or starting off as like a partnership, a business partnership, or an agreement or some sort, or like, but like based around some type of similar interest, which could just be like a passion project, a hobby, a concert, a movie, maybe a what's it called, like a group chat, or maybe in the comment section of something. You know what I mean? It's like you guys connect on that. You're going to connect on a similar interest, almost like Pisces. Yeah, and they have an accent or they have a way of talking that you're gonna like, because the Eight of Wands, they have a pleasant voice, so you're gonna like that. But they're not gonna tell you up front like what they intend to take, where they intend to take the relationship. This is a person who just kind of want to see where it goes. So at first, so maybe this may not turn out how you expected to turn out with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, because they may not really speak their truth. They may not really tell you what's up. They just may like interact with you a little bit more. You know what I mean? Offer opportunities for you guys to maybe hang out or be around. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. It may not go more if you guys don't really apply any type of like effort to the relationship. If you guys don't really invest or add any type of like value or even like keep up with it, it's not going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? But like you may be inspired because this would be somebody who breaks the monotony in your life or like gives you breakthroughs, epiphanies about maybe what you're doing wrong or like, you know, maybe where your issues or your core issues are. So this, you know, it's helpful. And it's somebody who will help you up. The intention is to help you up. So there's somebody who's going to help you up regardless of where it goes. All right. So it could be a Virgo, Aquarius, Sag, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Sag, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio, Leo, Sag. All right. You'll like this. Yeah, they got a free-spirited and a tolerant type of energy, and they're not afraid to speak their mind. So you'll like that about them too. All right. Y'all may, I meant to say this. Y'all may go on trips and stuff with them. That might be part of it too. You'll just have like different experiences that you guys probably would have never did anyway. All right, so you know something that's crazy? When I be doing these, like after I get done, like the reading I just did, was it yesterday? Where I was at? What was the one yesterday? The one yesterday was like, what? No, it was a what do you need to know? No, it was another one. The one prior to that, after I was done, I started thinking about all this shit I was supposed to tell y'all. I was like, damn, no, they were saying this, they were saying that, damn. It's all good. I can't get it all every time. But anyway, I was thinking about it when it was all over. I was like, damn. I should have told y'all this. I should have told y'all that. All right, so anyway, Sag, who's gonna be a summertime muse? All right, we got Gemini again, third house. We got Sharon. So this may be somebody who's a little shy around you guys. All right, you guys have similar interests, same way though, but you guys will be able to hold conversation with this person too. What's up, Marie? Oh, you said hello, everyone. You got to let Sag know. So this would be somebody who maybe is a little insecure around you guys or shy. All right, they're afraid to really speak up around you. They may be kind of meek in general, like, you know, just their demeanor. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. Some of y'all is maybe somebody you guys did go to school with, or because the third house is there. But if it's not school, then it's somebody who you guys are familiar with. Because third house are people who are in your community. So there's somebody who's in your immediate environment, your community, wherever you kind of frequent, almost like the Virgo energy of the sixth house, with people who are part of your routine. This is somewhere wherever you're like comfortable going, they're there. All right, you'll run into them there. So let's say that you go to yoga, they're there. If you go to, I don't know, wherever you go, say that you go to the mall every Friday, Saturday, or once a month, and on that day you're there. It's them. They'll be there. All right. Very good speaker, very good talker. They may stay a short distance from you, a short trip. Like, so it may not even be a long car ride or none of that. You know what I mean? Maybe you can even ride a bike there or walk there. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is somebody who feels like you guys have more of a spiritual connection. You know what I mean? This may be a trauma bond. Like you guys may have the issue of speaking to each other. Like that might be the little like insecurity that's happening, because this may be somebody who talks to everybody, but like around you, they don't talk to you. You know what I mean? So maybe there's like an intimidation factor or just a nervousness. Like maybe it could be just that a lot of people are around you talking to you. So that could even be it too, because this is somebody who's usually a bold speaker. They may be some of y'all there may be a spokesperson. Like this is somebody who's good at speaking, but like this may be somebody who like feels insecure just speaking to maybe you. You know what I mean? I almost felt like they have like a tunnel vision on you. Could be a Libra, so somebody who doesn't feel maybe as attractive to you. They don't feel like they're going to catch your attention. Could be a Gemini, could be a Libra, could be a Sag. So they don't feel like they're going to catch your attention, but they'll talk. You know what I mean? They'll speak a lot. They'll communicate a lot. You'll see them talking to everybody. You know what I mean? Or at least see everybody talking to them. So it's one of those things. You know what I mean? So this is somebody who's all right. So what's going to happen for y'all is this is going to be somebody who's going to help you guys get out of maybe not talking to people that you don't know. Because Gemini is somebody who can hold just general conversation with anybody. And this person can hold general conversation with anybody. So this is going to be somebody who's going to break. Maybe you guys have that insecurity because the Chiron is that. This is somebody who maybe is struggling with it. And maybe either you've healed this in you or this person has healed it in them and is bringing it out of you. You know what I mean? So maybe they're good at talking, speaking, communicating to people, and you suck at it. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't know how to initiate conversations. Maybe you're the one that's a little shy or a little awkward and not like in your head during interactions. This would be somebody who's not afraid to just speak and just talk. Even if they sound dumb, they've gotten over that fear of sounding dumb. Because, you know, every once in a while, it's going to happen. Like, even comedians throw out a weak joke every once in a while. You know what I mean? You can't hit them all. So this is somebody who's okay with their failures, okay with their losses. Some of you. And then others of you, it's the other dynamic where they're a little bit more shy, a little bit more timid, because you're more of the communicator. You're more comfortable talking to strangers or people you don't know. You know what I mean? Or you're more comfortable talking about your insecurities or talking about things that you don't really know that well. Like, you're interested in holding conversation. You know what I mean? So anyway, one of y'all is healing this in the other. All right. So you'll either like their communication style, or they're going to like yours and start taking it on. You know what I mean? So y'all may be sharing phrases and shit together, or sharing like little ideas and shit. You know what I mean? So it could be a Leo, could be an Aquarius, could be a Taurus, Gemini. So some of y'all, this may be like this could be sexual too, because we got the Lovers here reverse and the Four of Wands. So some of y'all, this may be like a casual relationship. Some of y'all, they may be into working out, or they may be a personal trainer, or they may be like somebody who exercises. So we got Gemini, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo, Gemini. All right. Now, some of y'all, this somebody likes to text a lot. They may be like an emoji type of person, or this is somebody who's like just very communicative. They're really romantic, all right? And even if they turn out as a friend, because the Page of Pentacles could be a friend. And with the Lovers here, this is like you guys are trying to build intimacy of getting to know each other better. So there's like that wall of not knowing how to talk to each other, not knowing how to hold conversations. You know what I mean? Like sometimes saying the wrong things to each other, insecurities and doubting yourself. You know what I mean? Feeling left out or feeling overlooked by each other at times, not knowing when to assert yourself. This is where this relationship is like headed in a way. So you guys, some of y'all may be a reunion with a person, because the Five of Swords could be a person that you guys maybe at Five of Swords and Five of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and the Lover. Some of y'all could be somebody you guys broke up with. Some of y'all, you know what I mean? So you guys could be repairing or rebuilding the relationship, building the trust, the intimacy back up again. You know what I mean? Maybe you guys used to live together, because I got the Five of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands. So maybe you guys used to live together, or used to have like a connection that was just, like I said, more casual. Maybe it was a high and by. Like if it wasn't sexual, it could just been like a high and by. You know what I mean? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But anyway, you guys are gonna talk. Five of Swords is confrontation. We gotta talk. We gotta talk it out. We gotta clear the air. What you gotta say? You've been ignoring me. You ain't been having no rap for me. What the fuck is going on? Five of Swords can sometimes be a little bit of aggressive tone too. And with the Strength in reverse, I feel like this person has a bone to pick with you guys. So you guys may be having a power struggle with this person, or people, because it could be people with the Lovers. You guys may be having options. These could be past romantic partners, flings, who are trying to rekindle the love between y'all. You know what I mean? They may be trying to control the dynamic by some of y'all not talking, by walking away, or you did that. One of y'all did that little slick shit. One of y'all, them, you, whoever. All right. So maybe somebody you guys are having a confrontation with. They're going to create an opportunity, though, for you guys to be around each other or be in the same space. And that's what's going to heal the conversation. So it could just be somebody you guys are not talking to at all, or somebody who wants to talk to you guys and hasn't confronted that or crossed that line just yet. You know what I mean? They may feel a little inadequate around you guys because they may not feel like you find them to be attractive. All right. So, but the Four of Wands means that you guys are going to have some type of passion or some type of real interest to each other, like a similar interest to each other. You guys just may find each other to be attractive, maybe more sexual, because it kind of gives like a premature relationship, not really getting off the ground type of relationship, unless you guys like have uncomfortable conversations. So if you guys are like insecure around like saying the wrong things, rubbing each other the wrong way, confronting issues, then yeah, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to be anything other than maybe sex or casual or high and by. You know what I mean? So could be a Leo, Gemini, Aries, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Taurus, Aquarius. All right. Aries. I say Aries? Yeah, I did. All right. So they may invite y'all a lot of places too. And if y'all don't go, then you know what I mean? Or they may offer in the ways that like they feel like they can build a connection. Like this may be somebody who doesn't know how to build trust and intimacy with relationships. You know what I mean? This may be somebody who's used to keeping their options open. So they don't know how to build trust and commitment, or like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Intimacy with relationships. They may be more casual flings because of that. So that might be what you guys are also learning. All right. So anyway, Scorpio. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm liking this. And then when I do the other one, this is gonna be fun. Oh, so this gonna be somebody who's attractive. You guys are gonna like their values. Like the way they hold themselves, the way they carry themselves. They're gonna be an inspiration to y'all. They may be good at business, or they just may be liked by people. You know what I mean? Like everywhere they go, people may just be fond of them. You know what I mean? So it could be a Libra, it could be a Taurus. All right. So what else? Let me see, Scorpio. What you gonna like about this person? Their value system for sure. This is somebody who's very romantic too, and they're self-sacrificial. They may be very abundant, or they just have this abundant mindset that just makes them believe that they can have what they want. Oh, they're attractive, and they're generous, and they're somebody who tries to come to your rescue at all times. You know what I mean? So that's what you'll like about this person. They're very assertive. They're very protective. They're ambitious. They're driven. They're independent. They can do what they need to do. So normally when I seen the Libra or Taurus energy, but it wasn't a strong Libra energy. It was more of like a Venus and Venusian energy. So it's just somebody who can just be very pleasant towards people. They're very generous for the people that they love and that they care about, or the people that they idolize. You may idolize this person too, but it's going to be a duality of that, where you idolize them, they idolize you. So you guys are willing to do whatever for each other, willing to sacrifice for each other. You know what I mean? Willing to give it your all. This is a relationship that's going to push you to giving it your all and whatever you want to go after, whether it be like in creative endeavors, whether it be business ideas, whether it be diets, whether it be cleaning out your closet, whatever it be going for a walk, whatever it is, it's going to be somebody who's going to keep you inspired. You know what I mean? Keep pushing you. All right. They're motivating you. Just maybe somebody who's a big deal too. Maybe very spiritual, or just have a great intuition and just kind of know when to move, know when to take action. They just be getting lucky. That's what you'll really like too about this person. They just be getting lucky. You know what I mean? People are generous with them and they're generous with you. You know what I mean? So you're like, wow. And then, you know, because they're in your life, good stuff just be happening. Because whenever Jupiter shows up, it's somebody who's synchronized to be in your life, and they bring these extra blessings and these extra good looks for you. And then they're generous and they make you feel like you believe that you deserve it. They hype you up and shit. So this is somebody who will hype you up, make you believe you deserve it. You know what I mean? Just be real generous. You be like, I fucking love you. I love you. You know what I mean? So you may feel this way about this person because you're gonna feel like they love you. So they're in that light. They're very attractive too. Some of y'all, because it's the first house, this may be somebody who you guys know from your childhood, like you know them from the past, like actual childhood too. So first house is again that 1 through 7 area. So because the first through the third are your 1 to 7, your developmental years. So first house is like your 1 to 7, or like just younger years. It don't have to be 1 to 7. It could just be younger years. So maybe your teens, maybe your early 20s. You guys know each other from like that. All right. So you guys may, or just a younger year. Maybe it was a younger year when maybe you were more maybe more abundant, or you guys were maybe living more of like a softer, gentler life in general, where maybe like you didn't really experience the hardships of life yet, which could just like younger years. You know what I mean? Anyway, there's somebody who's gonna like your natural tendencies. They're just gonna like you for you. That's what you're gonna like. They idolize you as you, so you don't even got to be perfect around this person. You can show your ass, and this person will put up with it. But they'll do the same thing. You know what I mean? And you'll be okay with it. Like this will be somebody who can shit and it not stink to you. You're like, hey, I fuck with this person. That's the best part. So I know this is a Scorpio thing that y'all love. Somebody who you really can just like indulge in or really just feel comfortable with. So this would be somebody who makes you feel comfortable enough to be yourself. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? So, but you still may want to put on your best airs and your best features around them. All right. So they may even have like a nice house, or there's somebody who keeps a really nice house. They have like a nice aesthetic. So like maybe the way that they present themselves, the way that they dress, their house, maybe tidy, organized, or it's just like maybe feng shui-ish. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like you would like to stay in this house. You would like to be around them in this energy. You know what I mean? Like they keep it comfy. It's giving like a Taurian vibe, where it's food, it's the nicest stuff. They got all the appliances, all the amenities. The AC is cranking in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? You're like, God damn, I may never go home. You know what I mean? That may be how it feels. Like, I'll never go home. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all is going to be somebody who's idolizing you like that. Now, because we got isolation here, it may be somebody who you guys aren't talking to. Again, or just somebody who's just very isolated. Or you guys are going to want to like isolate with this person. Just be ducked off somewhere. We're not going nowhere. We locking in, me and you. It's boo-boo. It's boo-boo time. You know what I mean? So this is somebody who, for y'all, it may be romantic, but they also have like a creative streak too. So even if it wasn't romantic, it's more of a creative person. This is somebody who's going to inspire you guys to get more abundance, to make more money. You know what I mean? They may take you guys on as a apprentice, because we got the Page of Pentacles here now. So they may take you guys on as an apprentice. So some of y'all is maybe somebody who's an artist, a creator, a big manifester. They're a big deal. You know what I mean? They have a lot of like otherworldly knowledge, because we got Pisces and Jupiter, which is very Neptunian Jupiter energy, which are like limitless type of energy. So this is somebody who's very expansive. The way that they talk can be very romantic. It can seduce people. You know what I mean? So this may be somebody who's like a preacher at the same time, but also has fanatics, or like just kind of is able to talk people into like a slumber, a dream. All right. So they're very attractive. At least they are vain. Even if they aren't very attractive, they are very vain. But you couldn't tell this person they're not attractive. So they are attractive. All right. So I said Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, we got Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and a Pisces. All right, Aries. So some of y'all, it's going to be somebody who's probably going to invite you guys to their house or just have you guys doing stuff together. We got 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. You guys will be doing stuff together, building stuff together, similar interests. You know what I mean? Going on dates, going to like parties, maybe going to like celebrations. They're going to try to keep you guys in a loop in some way, or in a loop, or keep you around. Maybe they try to keep you guys working. Maybe they try to keep you guys supportive, try to keep you guys helping. They're going to always be encouraging you guys, because we got the Queen of Pentacles now. So that means they're always going to be encouraging you guys, always try to be supportive. They keep themselves clean. You know what I mean? They inspire you to be a better version of yourself. You know what I mean? And if they don't keep their house clean or keep themselves like up to par in a way, what they do, because the Queen of Pentacles, somebody takes care of their health. So they take care of them health. They have a lot of talents. They have a lot of abilities. They're able to like make a dollar stretch. They're able to they're economical. You're going to like all this stuff. And this is somebody who like isn't really friends with everybody. Even though they're like a big deal, it seems like they're not friends with everybody. They only have like a select group of friends. So you're going to like that about this person. Like it's exclusivity to being with them. I'm surprised I don't see the High Priestess, but it gives a vibe of like being like a High Priestess. Like this is somebody who's a big deal. And because they're in your life, you start expanding and you have like more luck and better opportunities. So you're going to like this. All right. And this may also be somebody who makes you feel more attractive. All right. So could be a Pisces, could be a Taurus, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Sag, Aries, Capricorn, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I said Virgo. Yeah, I did say that. Okay. And you may also take on this person's philosophies because you see how well shit is working. Like, you know what? They may inspire you in that light where I'm about to start trying to do what they do because, you know what I mean? It's working. You guys may do this for each other because I did see that Libra energy. So we'll see. We'll see. Let me know how I play with that. All right. So Libra. What you said? Been missing the lines. Yeah. What's up, love, Maya? Hey, Miss B. Oh yeah. Thank y'all so much. Oh, what's up, Tracy Trace? Did I say hi to you earlier? Thank y'all in advance for all the likes, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Okay. So we're going to put that over there because I did that already. So let's get a quick shuffle. So this is going to be somebody who likes talking about their feelings. Could be a Pisces, could be a Gemini. That's what you guys are going to. So, all right. So this is somebody who allows you to talk about your feelings too. Your summertime mood. Oh, it's going to be a caretaker or somebody who is very loyal to you guys. All right. They may be a lover. This may be somebody who also encourages you guys to be more emotionally receptive. So that's somebody who's going to try to heal your heart. So you guys may have tension with this person at first. This could be more of like a very moody, sympathetic type of person at times. And then at times they don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? So they may come, even if it's a man, they may come off as like moody or bitchy. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, you know this person cares because they have a lot of like affection and they have a lot of concern for you. And they're always like receptive. You know what I mean? They're always receptive. They just be moody. They be going through their own little shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't be you. And if you can just kind of like look past that, I'm sure it may be all right. So this is somebody who you may weigh the pros and cons about with this person because this may be a relationship where you feel like you have to negotiate for your needs. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what you're learning, how to negotiate with people. You're a Libra. Work in partnerships. I was about to say it's like working partnerships. So this is going to be somebody who's going to maybe have similar familiar ties or family ties like y'all. So maybe you guys had this similar way of being raised or similar ways of parenting because we got 10 of Pentacles and we got 5 of Pentacles. So maybe this may be somebody who grew up in a large family but felt overlooked, or this may be somebody who was maybe once poor but then became maybe wealthier, or like maybe got their money up, or this was somebody who was like down but then they became accomplished or something like that. This is somebody who's going to like inspire you in that light, where this is somebody who's like allowed their intuition to carry them to a better station in life. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a relationship. There's going to be an opportunity to grow. So whoever this Muse is going to be somebody who's going to be the opportunity to grow, for your heart to expand. All right. So for you to start trusting your own emotions. All right. So they may be like a motherly figure to you, even if it's a man. You're like, all right. You know what I mean? All right. So I said it was, did I say Virgo, Taurus? Anyway, we got Virgo, Taurus, Pisces here. So this may be somebody who's a little superficial or not your usual type. We got the High Priestess in reverse. So they may be, for some, they could possibly be gay or transsexual or like same gender or something like that. Because we got the High Priestess in reverse. For some reason, I was thinking of him as being maybe like not your usual type, or this is someone who has more like they have like that enigma vibe to them where they can be masculine, but because we can be masculine, but they're very like feminine. So they're very like receptive in a way that most men aren't, you know what I mean? Or they're very nurturing. If it's a woman, she's very driven in a way that most women aren't, you know what I mean? So she could be a professional or somebody who's maybe a business owner or like a boutique owner or something along the lines of that. You know what I mean? It gives, because we got High Priestess here. This is somebody who's usually in the company of higher echelon people, and we got a Queen of Pentacles, so that's the court. So this is somebody who's usually around higher echelon people or high quality people, or this is going to be somebody to you who is more like a higher quality person. So it could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo. So this is somebody who is comfortable alone. We got Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. So this may be somebody who's like accomplished but comfortable alone. They may be high maintenance. They expect. But so this may be also somebody who you guys have, I was gonna say it's constant endings. Ten of Swords is constant endings. In reverse though, it's constant endings. It's beating a dead horse. So there's maybe somebody who you guys do this over the summer where you guys get together, they gift you stuff, they do stuff for you, then you guys fall apart. And then you guys come back together and they do stuff for you, you do stuff for them, and then you guys fall apart. You know what I mean? Like, because the High Priest in reverse could also be like a superficial relationship, but you guys know that they care. The High Priest could be somebody who has feelings for you that they don't express, that they don't really want to tell you about. So like it stays superficial. So you guys just be talking about just like maybe like everyday shit, work, you know, business, the kids, shit that don't really fucking matter. But like you guys are intending to try to connect. But this is like Ten of Swords, like we never get past a certain point in the relationship because it falls apart because we keep heading to the same trials and tribulations or the same issues or the same hangups. You know what I mean? Ooh, thank you so much. Piece of candy. So it's gonna be somebody, some of y'all is gonna be somebody who you guys are already like had a relationship with or ending with. And you guys could be like picking back up again and then doing it again and like trying to like rebuild it or trying to repair it. You know what I mean? We got Nine of Swords. So there's somebody who's obsessive or like maybe is ashamed. So maybe they're nervous around you. Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords give me like a nervous vibe. So maybe this is somebody who's like a bit either ashamed or a little like nervous around you guys. I think they like their independence, but they also like the like success of having a relationship with you, or like maybe they see you as a trophy because the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups gives more like a trophy. So some of y'all, they may see you guys more of like something to show off or someone to like be proud to have, you know what I mean? But it's also like this is somebody who wants independence, somebody who likes being self-sufficient, you know what I mean? So it gives superficial because it's not looking somebody who's looking to build. You know what I mean? They may, I don't know, maybe because we do got the Queen of Pentacles given to the Nine of Pentacles, but I see with the Nine of Cups is somebody who's more concerned with their own successes, their own path in life. They're more focused on pursuits, emotional fulfillment for themselves. So it doesn't really, because Queen of Pentacles is not somebody who's necessarily generous. She's somebody who takes care of herself. So there's maybe somebody who's looking for that. But if they're not that, then, or maybe there's no talk about that. Because Ten of Swords could be like uncomfortable conversations that we haven't had that we need to have. Ten of Swords is what it means. So there may be uncomfortable conversations that you guys haven't had, but are going to be having throughout the summer. You know what I mean? Where you guys are going to connect. Because this may be somebody who you guys either see as a trophy or see as this like being a ideal partner with the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Maybe somebody who you guys see as a Nine of Pentacles. I mean, as you see as a trophy partner or as a ideal partner, but they may be superficial, or you may be superficial, or something like that along the lines of that. But there's going to be expression of emotions. They are going to start telling you stuff about themselves with the High Priestess in reverse. This is like revealing different aspects about myself, but they could just be a little bit superficial still. You know what I mean? So you just got to know that. But I guess this is more like for the experience. For some of y'all, this would be about the experience. Maybe you guys aren't open to like, you know, expressing feelings and emotions if you guys don't know where it's going. Because it gives like a superficial vibe and like an independence vibe. And we go out, we date, or we do stuff. I do stuff for you. I'm helping. I'm encouraging you. But like, we only go past a certain point. There's only like a certain point that you guys like don't get past. So that might be like the frustration. Because Ten of Swords could be an obstacle, a blockage, something like that you guys keep seeing. And with the square, there's a need for either compromise or there's a need for you guys to weigh the pros and cons about how you guys can work the relationship. All right, so that's where it's going to open up your heart chakra. So it could be a Cancer, it could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus. All right, some of y'all, I will say, because the high priest is usually light skin, but we also got browner skin. So it could be browner, maybe reddish hair, brownish hair, blonde hair, tan hair. That's all hair almost, right? So I guess that's not helpful. All right, Virgo, what you said? Either you're tricking or getting tricked. All right, so this is somebody who's very competitive and very aggressive, also very protective. They're a lover, all right? They're a lover and a fighter. That's ironic. But they're really more of a lover than anything. They just be like coming off as maybe harsh or aggressive at first. Like, you know, maybe, so it's maybe somebody who comes off like they don't want love. So if the Aries could be a Cancer possibly. Could be a Sag. So this would be somebody who, some of y'all, maybe somebody who stays at a distance, maybe a long term, I mean, a long term, maybe a long term because we got seventh house, but it may be a long distance relationship. Or this is somebody who's coming from a long distance or has traveled, has a lot of world experiences. You guys may do like joint endeavors together, business together. You guys may do, I don't know, they may be into like contracts, finances. They may be into like maybe law, maybe writing books, maybe spiritual pursuits, maybe, I don't know, you know what I mean? They just have a lot of wisdom. They have a lot of understanding of how the world works. And you're going to like working with this person because they're going to share a lot of information and a lot of their ideology or a lot of their philosophies and principles that have worked for them with you. All right. So this is somebody who's going to be, it's going to be a mutually beneficial relationship that you're going to build with this person. So what's up, Reprints? Could be a Sag, could be a Libra. Some of y'all, they stay, like I said, they stay at a distance or they stay, or what was I say? They stay in like a foreign country. Well, that's at a distance. All right, they're entrepreneurial too. It's gonna be somebody who's gonna help you guys up or be very supportive. Could be a Gemini, could be a Gemini Cancer, Taurus, Sag. All right, I know we said Aries earlier. Anyway, so they're enterprising too. This could be a business owner or a company maybe, or somebody who's like just knows how to help people make money. They can make a lot of money. That's what you'll probably like about this person. It's a business partnership, possibly. It could be romantic, because it could even be turning into marriage if it's like romantic for y'all. This may be somebody who changes your mind about them because they have a different philosophy or a viewpoint about the world than you do. But you may like it because it actually is expansive and it helps you grow and it actually is like beneficial. You get stuff when you take on their philosophies or you take on their views. Shit happens that like wouldn't have happened before had they not shared the information with you. You'd be like, oh shit, thank you. You know what I mean? So this may be somebody who's going to show up in your life as like a thank you. All right, this could be good karma because we do got the will here. So this could be good karma for a lot of y'all. This Muse, all right. So they're also a good thinker, good talker, and like I said, they're good at changing your mind. So it may even turn out to be like a mentor. Some of y'all is gonna be somebody who visits you guys. Ooh, thank you so much. Piece of candy. Who was that? Thank you so much, Andre. All right, so it's somebody who negotiates. You guys are going to negotiate a lot. So normally this may be somebody who probably takes lead in most of their relationships, but but they're going to negotiate a lot with you. Like this would be somebody who compromises a lot with you. Like normally they can just take charge. Like I can just do this. Like so maybe they can just do it on their own. But they're good at like attracting large groups of people and having people work with them or like go along with their plans. You know what I mean? Because they're good at changing people's minds. So they're very persuasive and most likely. You know what I mean? Did I shuffle it? I did. All right. So could be a Virgo, Taurus. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I knew it. All right. So some of y'all, they may be in school or they may be studying at the time, or this may be somebody who's training, or this is somebody who, for some, because we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Hermit in reverse, this may be somebody who you got, oh yeah, 4 cups. All right, so I'm gonna say this. So some of y'all is maybe a past person because we got 4 cups in reverse, we got Hermit in reverse, we got Magician in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So some of y'all may have lived together, maybe stayed around each other, maybe went to school together, maybe went to work together, or you guys have done something in the same area and environment together. Or some of y'all, and then the same environment together can sometimes be online, you know, or the same field of expertise. So you guys may even work in the same field or something like that because we got a Hermit here. You know what I mean? And earlier I was saying these may be people who have like spiritual principles. So like if you guys do tarot or like astrology or do spiritual pursuits, even if you're like a pastor or preacher or whatever, it's like people like that, pastors, preacher, they want to build with y'all. These people want to help you expand, see you grow. They become friends. Some of y'all, they become friends. Some of y'all, they become romantic partners because we got 7th house. But these will be partners who are significant in your life. They're also helpful too. They're not like the 11th house friends, but we got the will here, which makes them like 11th house friends, where they're entrepreneurial, they're good at networking, and they're going to want to network with you guys. So these are going to be big people with big ideas, all right? So you're going to be connecting with high earners or high top quality officials. Some of y'all, these maybe even be people who, because I've seen the high priestess earlier, they could be people who you may feel are out of your league or just like even in work where they may be higher echelon than you. You know what I mean? But they'll include you in to whatever you guys have going on. They're going to inspire you guys and want you guys to expand and see you guys grow. Could be a Virgo, could be a Gemini, could be a Virgo, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, Sag. All right, some of y'all, they may even travel towards you guys. Like if they live in maybe a foreign country, they may travel towards y'all. If they live in like a long distance from y'all, there may be travel involved in this person when they're like dealing with this person. It could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So some of y'all, they may be talks of marriage, right? Maybe like this may be somebody who kind of like wants to, like the will can also mean it's somebody who like maybe even changes your mind about like what you thought you wanted in relationships. And it can expand into marriage or expand into a longer commitment. Because like, at first, they may talk like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, you guys are talking about maybe getting married or settling down. So they're going to give you tension in a way. But it doesn't give that. It didn't give that at first. But I guess with the Hermit here, this is somebody who never sees fault in themselves. The Hermit in reverse. They never see fault in themselves. They're perfect. So this is somebody who always sees themselves as perfect, or they never see themselves as wrong. And that may be what this person reveals to y'all, because we got Gemini energy and we got a lot of Gemini energy, a lot of Libra energy, which could be duality in relationships where you guys may be seeing each other's like patterns. You may see theirs, they may see yours, and that might be how you guys are able to grow, where you start seeing yourself from their behaviors. You're like, oh man, I be doing that shit. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So like you start like processing your shit because of what this person does. You're like, oh, all right. You know what I mean? It just kind of make you more self-aware. You'll like this relationship. Some of you will. Some of you may not. You know what I mean? Because like you may feel like this person is manipulative. You may feel like they procrastinate a lot. You may feel like they don't like they may manipulate things at times to kind of like make it like to impress you for the moment, but then not like carry through with it. So like that might also be what ticks you off. Because like this is somebody who can build relationships and can build even businesses or build like finances, can build themselves up in the world by their network and their connections. But you may feel like they're not investing in you because of the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You may feel like they're not investing into the connection the way that you would like them to. You know what I mean? So this person may make you feel inadequate at times, and that's where the soul reflection and that deep introspection comes from, because you question yourself at times because of this person, and your views and your philosophies have changed because of this relationship. So it's going to be a significant partnership. All right, so Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sag, Cancer, Taurus. All right. Was that all? No, it was not. And I said Aries earlier. All right. So we'll put that there. Let that chill. Leo. So Leo, who's going to be your summertime? Your summertime muse. Thank y'all so much in advance for those likes, y'all. Thanks for the likes. I haven't got to your sign yet. You said, wait, I got to wait till we get to the sign before I like this. Is that what it is? Let me get to the sign. When you get to my sign, then I'll let you know if I like it. You sound good with everybody else. All right, so anyway, Leo, you guys could be dealing with a Leo. All right, if not, it's going to be somebody who's going to make you guys feel confident. Some of y'all is a past partner. All right, because we do got karmic past. But if not, it's going to be somebody who's going to feel oddly comfortable to you guys. And they're going to boost your confidence. They may also be in leadership position. But if they're not in leadership position, it's somebody who's just very assertive with you guys. They're used to getting attention, and they're used to getting people's attention. Like, so they're used to like being acknowledged, but they also know how to like get people's attention. So some of y'all, this could be a past person, or this could be this could just be like somebody who is going to feel like you guys have maybe shared a past life with. So it may feel oddly comfortable with this person. Could be an Aquarius. So it's maybe somebody you guys may be avoiding at this moment. Or this is somebody who maybe is like avoidant. So like they don't really like to like directly look at you guys. So it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Some of y'all maybe a friend. I was thinking even a follower. Ace of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands reverse. So this is somebody who isn't. So this is somebody who doesn't want to be pressed. Doesn't want to give doesn't want to seem pressed. Now, some of y'all, somebody you guys let go of, though. Let's look at that first. Because we got Ace of Cups, Ten of Wands reverse, Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and then the Hermit reverse. So some of y'all is maybe somebody you guys aren't acknowledging, aren't paying attention to. Maybe they ghosted you guys. Maybe this is somebody who breadcrumbed you guys at one time. This could be somebody who's not taking blame or responsibility. Or there's a blame and responsibility or a lack of responsibility that's going on in a relationship. You both could be pointing fingers at each other. You. It's your reason. So this could be somebody you guys are avoiding, or this is somebody who's avoiding you. One of the two is going on. We got Ace of Cups. The Ten of Wands in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse. I was about to dress it up real nice and make it sound real nice for y'all, but that's not it. So it's maybe somebody you guys have ghosted or had some type of vague relationship with, you know what I mean? Or they just aren't responsive. Maybe they didn't respond to you guys at one time, or they just did like maybe a little shady. Just somebody who maybe took advantage of like their leadership position, or they're like very arrogant. That might be what it is. This person is very arrogant with their status and their position. So like you may be inspired by this person, but you may not also like, you may not like this person either, because they're kind of socially awkward. They only be given when they want something. You know what I mean? They they only give when they want something. They're not really persistent when it comes to the relationship. This is somebody who thinks of maybe the connection or a relationship as like a responsibility. So like they don't love you the way that you want to be loved. You know, they may feel like burnt out a lot when you're around, or like this may be somebody who's like you may feel like they weigh you down at times. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Six of Wands, you may feel like they try to outshine you or outperform you, or this may be somebody who makes you outperform them at times, or makes you have to step up your game, or makes you have to be more persistent, because maybe they aren't. So you maybe have to do this to maybe gain their approval or get them to notice you. That might be what it is. Like this may be somebody who inspires you to get your hands dirty, to learn new things. So like you may not like this person at first because of the behaviors of them maybe like pushing you to do what you don't want to do. You're like, man, I'm not about to do that shit. I ain't gotta fucking fuck him, fuck her. I ain't gotta show them shit. You know what I mean? But this would be somebody who inspires you to start putting in more work, to really start doing the groundwork of like building to be where you want to be at, or to like to get the relationships or the connections that you want to have. This is somebody who can maybe even show up either as like a apprentice to y'all, where you learn from them. I mean, where they learn from you, like they may be learning from you how to like continue, how to like be devoted to situations, how to give without like motive. And so they may learn from you how to be generous, and you may learn from them how to like restrict. You know what I mean? How to learn how to not overgive, or not to over pursue, or how to over like, you know what I mean, like carry more responsibility than what's yours. You know what I mean? Like you may be used to like taking on other people's shit, and that's been keeping you stagnant. Like maybe you pay other people's bills, maybe you watch other people's kids, maybe you know what I mean, like other people's responsibilities, maybe you're doing it, and this person may come into your life like, nigga, stop doing that shit. You be over exerting yourself or overplaying your part in situations. This person doesn't do that. They like they be expecting it to come to them. Like this somebody's arrogant. So you be like, oh, whoa, wait, whoa. So it's maybe somebody, either you guys try to humble, I mean, you had to humble, or somebody who tried to humble you guys. Maybe by ghosting you guys, maybe by being vague, keeping shit shallow. You know what I mean? Only talking or only giving to you when they want to, like only investing in a relationship when they feel like it. You know what I mean? Like it's somebody who's expecting you to give them more attention and more praise than they give you. You know what I mean? So it's going to feel unequal, but it's going to inspire you to become another version of yourself, where you're going to also look at yourself and wonder, because the South Node is just a healing phase too. It's like, I've done this before. I've had this pattern. So if you're like attracting these type of people in the summer, it's because you're exercising this type of behavior in the summer. You know what I mean? So this is almost like conflict that you're dealing with. People who are arrogant, people who are like, it's going to boost your confidence because you're like, oh, they see me as a threat, or they see me like, you know what I mean, in a light where I'm higher than them, or they see me in a light where maybe I have more to offer, or they're trying to humble me for a reason. They're not trying to acknowledge me for a reason. You're going to kind of pick up this reason for why they're causing all this flack in your life. So it's going to make you have to look at yourself a little bit. It's not to guilt you or blame you, but this is all it is. It's just one of those relationships where it's like you can drop the burden of responsibility of feeling like guilty, or feeling maybe ashamed, or feeling as if you didn't belong. It's maybe somebody who's like trying to make you feel like you're asking for too much. You expect too much. You know what I mean? So it's one of those. It's one of those. But anyway, you guys will probably maybe restart it because the Ace of Cups. Maybe you guys will renew it again. But it's like they kind of do it when they want to. This is somebody. This maybe a relationship doesn't go anywhere. It may just be superficial. It may just be good for like the look. Maybe for status. Maybe just for like. Maybe you just gain their approval one time. Maybe they just start being more cordial because the Page of Pentacles is here, which could be like they just be friends. You know what I mean? They're an attractive friend. They're popular. You know what I mean? Like maybe I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But like, I don't know, Six of Pentacles is somebody who, like I said, they give when they want something. So maybe it's just a partnership. Maybe it's just a business. Maybe it's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, maybe it's like partner, business. It could be friends. It could maybe be romantic. Ace of Cups is here. They don't love you the way they want you. So y'all may try to love each other, but it may not go the way you want it to go. That's what I will say. You know what I mean? Like it may be more of like a burden of responsibility because the inequality in giving, you know what I mean? But this will be somebody who kind of wakes you up to your past patterns and why you haven't grown, or why you haven't gotten that stuff that you've wanted to, or why you haven't been loved or being like cherished or rewarded in the way that you think you should. You know what I mean? They're calling attention to that. So it could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be a Sag, could be a Taurus, could be a Leo, could be a Virgo, could be a Leo. All right, some of y'all, they may also be a personal trainer. Maybe somebody who pushes you guys a lot. You know what I mean? That's something I want y'all to know. They may push you guys a lot to like become better. You know what I mean? So it's not always bad, but like you may feel like this person is only like invested when there's something to be gained, which could be maybe your money, you know what I mean? Or maybe like when there's like, you know what I mean, some type of exchange. Like if you're gonna put the work in, then yeah, I'm gonna be here. But if you're not fitting to do the work, then I'm not fucking being here. You know what I mean? So it may be that. It may feel like that. That might be part of what it is. You know what I mean? So all right, so you guys, this is gonna be somebody who's gonna want to be devoted to y'all. It could be a Leo. All right, so you guys are gonna have something in common when it comes to passions, or like something that makes you guys feel excited to go to every day. Some of y'all wanted to say this, maybe somebody who maybe runs a summer camp or runs like a program or some shit like that. Could be an Aries, or it could be a Scorpio. It's somebody who does business endeavors or some shit like that. Thank you so much, Steph. Ooh, piece of candy. It's gonna be somebody who's gonna give you guys a breakthrough too. Could be an Aquarius, could be a Scorpio, could be a Aries. Very competitive, loud person. Loud. And they just be saying what they want to say. They say it as a matter of fact way. So you may like this about this person because they say it as like matter of factly, almost as if they know better, as if they know everything. They may be a fucking know-it-all. They do have a lot of information and maybe into the cult for some of y'all, but they also may just be like, I don't know, into like just random weird shit that other people wouldn't have been into, maybe considered taboo. Like I'll even go as far as to say this person may even cross dresses, or this person maybe is into like just maybe like I don't know, the sex industry, or they're into like just wild stuff. I mean, it's not all wild, but it can be. It could be stuff that teeters along the lines of maybe even being illegal or just being frowned upon by the public. But this person don't care. They just do what they want to do. So they may even kind of like fluctuate with their masculinity and femininity. You know what I mean? Even if they're female, they may kind of fluctuate. Like remember I was just saying like they could be like what did I just say? They could be different gender or something. What did I just say? I forgot what I said. They could be into like cross dressing or whatever. I said that. So they could be like, you know, maybe even fucking LGBTQ or whatever. You know what I mean? So it could be possible with that too. They may not be a usual type, whoever this is. It's Gemini, but it's a bold speaker. It could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be a Gemini, Sag. So somebody else could be a spokesperson, or this is a communicator, great communicator. They're bold. They say what they want to say. I seen that that Knight of Swords upright. So this is somebody who's good at talking, but they also have tact. They know when to say what to say. You know what I mean? So maybe somebody who also has a lot of wow factor with the way they say shit. Like when you talk to this person, you're like, wow, why'd you say that? Maybe they cuss too, because it gives like a bold approach. Like they just be saying what they want to say. They yell. They I don't know. They're aggressive in their tone. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a deeper bass bone, like a deeper bass tone, or they just be loud. Like it's somebody who's confident in their voice. You know what I mean? Or at least if it's not like super loud, like imposing, then it's like communicated in a way where you can't miss what they said. You can't confuse what they said. So it's somebody who's very impulsive too. You guys may get on a rebellious streak with this person. They're meant to come into your life to break the monotony or break you guys of a certain pattern because of the eighth house. So whatever you guys have been doing before, you're not going to do anymore. This is maybe somebody who also has legacy or has an inheritance, or somebody who unexpectedly got like a large lump sum of money, or unexpectedly maybe became rich, or unexpectedly became famous, or maybe they go viral in that way, or something shit like that. Like this is somebody who's like had this big change of luck in their life. You know what I mean? So this is somebody who's also willing to do like joint endeavors with you guys, or this is going to be somebody who, when they come into your life, they're going to be a life-changing connection. All right. So one more, let me get this shuffle, because I meant for these cards to fall down, but they didn't. So we got Cancer. They may have a nice vehicle. You may like their vehicle. We got Sag. I seen that. So we got Sag. We got Aquarius. So some of y'all maybe a relationship that you guys already had an ending to, and it's just going to unexpectedly just have a breakthrough, or unexpectedly come back together. With the Wheel of Fortune here and the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse though, but the Ace of Wands, like unexpectedly you guys are going to either encounter each other when you don't like expect to, or you guys are going to like run into each other, or this fate is just going to kind of line you guys up, because the eighth house is also a pivotal or life-changing relationship. And with Uranus here, there's a breakthrough for you guys to be able to like show your true colors in the connection. Eighth house means that we have fears of intimacy and maybe being assertive or being aggressive or expressing our needs. You know what I mean? Maybe we didn't set correct boundaries. Maybe we weren't really open and honest with each other. There were fears, there were secrets, things that were hidden between us. That, you know what I mean? So Seven of Swords could be you guys were dealing with somebody who was avoidant. So it could be a Sag, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, Virgo. All right. Anyway, they're going to try to repair the connection between y'all. If it's a past person. If it's not a past person, this is somebody who tries to avoid maybe building relationships, connections. They try to keep it more superficial, and they try to use work as a deterrent. So this would be somebody who you probably like, that they work a lot, or that they're able to like acquire resources because they have a public job. Because we got the Chariot here. So this may be somebody who works a lot. So you may be, so you may be their muse too. Or you may work a lot. Maybe you meet them at work. Because 8th house could be like we're interconnected through joint endeavors, which could be work, you know what I mean, where we're gaining other people's money. So maybe they are like a banker or an investor, or they kind of work for the public, but like they do their own thing. You know what I mean? So like it's for the public, but like I do what I want. You know what I mean? So like maybe they can make their prices how they want. Maybe they have like a job where they're able to like go when they want. You know what I mean? Like they kind of do what they want. You know what I mean? So you guys are just gonna run into each other just randomly. You know what I mean? So maybe their hours are weird. You know what I mean? Like this is somebody who like gets incremental payments because of the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So you may like that this person is very optimistic and kind of goes where they want to go or does what they want to do. They have like this arrogance about them because of the Wheel of Fortune, because of the Chariot reverse. Somebody who needs to be humble, but like just somebody who has like this arrogance about them. You know what I mean? Some of y'all is because of life has like suddenly changed up for them. Maybe they were down. Now they're up. You know what I mean? Like they have something. So there's maybe somebody who has investments, nice vehicle. They have the look of being successful. They have the look of having like benefits. So you're gonna maybe some of y'all, you may look at this person as a come up, or this person may look at you as a come up. One of the two. One of the two. All right. But you're gonna like that they're original. They're true to themselves. You know what I mean? They don't try to fit in. They be a little quirky. It gives like a little quirky, maybe even a little awkward vibe, but also very arrogant, bossly. Maybe there's a woman. She's very aggressive, very bossly. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit like avoidant with like conversation. She kind of gives like a look around, like almost like observing her back, her area. She needs to always know like what's around her. So she's like aware of like the environment, but this is somebody who works a lot. All right. It could be a Leo, Gemini, Aries, Leo, Sag. They work a lot. And they think a lot. This is somebody who maybe for y'all, you may have issues like communicating. It's going to be like a random conversation that you guys are going to have. One good interaction that just happens. Nothing that was planned. Like you guys may be strategizing to try to talk to each other, or strategizing to try to like get together or see each other or be around each other, or strategizing on avoiding each other if it's an issue between y'all. Because I've seen the strength in reverse. So it could be you guys strategizing, not looking at each other, strategizing, not talking to each other, strategizing in some way to avoid maybe talking and communicating to get to a deeper issue. You know what I mean? So this is going to be somebody who's going to inspire you guys to maybe take leadership, to take maybe more authority or take more assertive like approach to them, or they're going to take that towards you. And that may be what like inspires you to do this in your life as well. One of the two is going to happen here. All right. So yeah, Ace of Wands here. It's going to be somebody who's inspiring you in that life to take action on things that you desire, that you want, outcomes that you would like to see happen. This is somebody who's bullheaded. They're going to push. They have control issues, so they like to micromanage everything. They're very analytical. So there's maybe somebody who like just overanalyze the situation between y'all. You know what I mean? Anyway, could be Aries, could be a Scorpio, could be Aquarius, Virgo, Gemini, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, Sag, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer. That was almost all the signs. All right, anyway. So that was for Cancer. You said if my Cancer sun. If my Cancer sun. What? I can't read it. It was too much. If my Cancer sun only water element and the rest of my chart is fire. Where am I really a water sign? No, actually, I would say you're more dominant air, fire. Depends on where the water sign is. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they have like chart rulers, and it really depends on what you lean towards and like your mannerisms. Because sometimes we have patterns. Like your birth chart, you're not confined to being just as your birth chart is. A lot of it sometimes are just lessons that we're meant to experience and work through. So like maybe I have a Libra moon. So in my areas, my issues be like dealing with confrontation with people I care about. I have issues speaking up around people I care about, or like asserting myself. But if I don't care about you, it's easy. I can do you however I want to do you. But if I have some type of care and concern for you, be you friend, be you lover, be you coworker, I have an issue asserting myself, or I have an issue telling you no. I have an issue asserting boundaries. You know what I mean? I'd rather avoid the conflict. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I don't have to be like, I can be conscious of. I don't have to, let's say, like live into that just because that's what I'm prone to do. You get what I'm saying? I don't have to do that. So that's all your birth chart is about. It's like, it's just recognizing like, if you don't pay attention to this, you could be on autopilot doing this shit. Some of it good, but also some of it negative. And if you're not paying attention, you just be on autopilot, just living the same life that you've been living instead of using it to your benefit. All right. So anyway, Gemini. Who will be your summertime muse? It's going to be another Gemini, or a very talkative, communicative person. You guys are going to have great communication, great conversation. at first, this may be somebody who, again, because we got Gemini and we got Sharon. So it's maybe somebody who's healing the ability to speak, or you guys may not be talking, or this is somebody who has like that nervousness. They maybe like have vulnerabilities around communicating clearly or expressing what they need or expressing what they want. They may be anxious around you. You know what I mean? Over analytical about like what to say to you. You know what I mean? Like maybe somebody watches you guys out of the corner of their eye a lot if you guys are in person. Otherwise, maybe somebody maybe watch you guys online or something like that. But they're good at talking, good at communicating. You guys are gonna like holding conversation with them. I was thinking that they may be a little slimmer. If they're not slimmer, then this is just somebody who's like has a very active like life. Even if they don't really like socialize with people like that, they just seem to do a lot. You know what I mean? At least for themselves. I think this is what this person wants more of, is like more connection with people. You know what I mean? Because it gives like a soulmate vibe. So it's either you're healing this person's ability to communicate, or they're healing your ability to communicate and speak your truth. So one of the two is happening with this relationship or this muse. So there's somebody who's achieved. So they may be already the one that's good at communicating their insecurities and their vulnerabilities. So they're very good at like transmuting their fears. So it could be a Sag, could be a Capricorn. Okay, so this is a bold speaker. Sag and Capricorn, they're frank or bold, blunt speaker. So this may be somebody who's a frank or blunt type of speaker where they communicate with you. You guys may have a lot of issues, power struggles, a lot of like ego battles. You know what I'm saying? Where this person expects it to go this way. So you guys may have to like, you can't make this person do anything and they can't make you do anything, is what I'm trying to get to. So there may be an insecurity that's being healed of maybe you being vulnerable in a relationship where maybe you don't have control. That might be also part of what it is. Or where you don't feel like you can like take charge of a relationship or take charge in the way that you want to, or you can't assert yourself. You may feel that you can't assert yourself in the ways that you want to. I think this may be somebody who's maybe a fighter, a wrestler, or somebody who's very like aggressive. So maybe in their tone, it makes you feel like you can't like assert yourself, or maybe your tone makes them feel like they can't assert themselves. One or two. Anyway, somebody's going to be healing their vulnerabilities around communicating their truth. So it could be you, it could be them. But you guys will have a lot of verbal spars, or at least about a lot of verbal conversations where you guys are having to like, you know, hash it out. Could be dealing with a Libra, could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I get a renewal if it's a past person. I get a renewal in love. You know what I mean? So somebody else, maybe somebody you guys blocked, or somebody who blocked y'all, or just somebody you guys are just not in communication with. You guys may be indifferent about the relationship starting back up, but you guys still find each other attractive, or you guys may still be viewing each other, noticing each other, but just not saying anything. We got the moon here, we got the world in reverse, 5 of swords. You guys just aren't saying anything. You guys aren't talking. So there's a power struggle or ego battle, or the conversations are vague. They don't really, they seem more of like a professional, or they seem more of like a, like I'll be telling D Goddess that she be talking like she HR. So it gives like a professional or like a HR, like, you know what I mean? Like say it's the ex or a past partner or somebody who you guys had a cycle with before, and it just didn't turn out how you would expect it to. There may still be a tension or a grudge between the both of y'all that's unspoken, but nobody's ever cleared the air, because we got a 5 of swords in reverse with the moon and the world in reverse. So y'all didn't close out the pattern or the cycle properly, whoever this was. You know what I mean? So, or this is somebody who's just still lingering around. So even if you didn't end a cycle, this is just somebody who still comes around from time to time, and you guys maybe still interact, maybe because of the moon here, you guys may have sexual connection, but you guys just don't really like go past that scenario, go past that like that spectrum between the both of y'all. You haven't had that talk yet. So there hasn't been really a talk yet, but both of you may be acting either indifferent to the relationship going to another direction, or both of y'all just maybe acting like you don't care if we hear from each other. You know what I mean? Or acting like I don't care if I see you, or, you know what I mean? Or acting like I don't see you. So maybe even you guys could work together or whatever, you know what I mean? But this is somebody who's very active or has a very active lifestyle. They have an attractive body. So you guys, this may be somebody who you guys are going to have a sexual connection with, because they're very attractive. They may be very successful, or they may just be like well known, or they may just get like a lot of admiration, a lot of attention. They're like the life of a party. This person can be. So that might also be, because the 5 of swords can be competitive. So that might also be like a silent competition between y'all because of the attention that both of you guys are able to draw in. So it's maybe somebody who inspires you guys to like go for what you want, do what you know. You know what I mean? Like they make you fight for the stuff you want, or make you like, again, kind of like evolve or grow to another level that you weren't really ready, that you felt you weren't ready for. That's what it is. Because Sharon's an insecurity or a vulnerability that I don't feel advanced enough to take on. It's a struggle that you've had for a long time. You could have been struggling with it for childhood. You know what I mean? Like for instance, it don't have to be anything bad. It could be like overeating. It could be like I said, not speaking up, not confronting issues. It could be like repeating toxic patterns that you know you need to work on. It could be like maybe not feeling attractive. It could be like maybe doubting your ideas. It could be like not wanting to try things that are new. Like this person just kind of comes into your life to like usher you to do something new. You know what I mean? To like break the pattern or the cycle of repeated dumb shit. You know what I mean? So who this is going to be somebody who's probably, some of y'all, they may be darker skin. I get like a darker skin person, but they can be possibly pale. But I get like a darker complexion. Well, all the cards here are dark. Well, we got light skin too, or like a Asian complexion, Asian features too. So some of y'all, they may have Asian features. All right, they're good at talking, very analytical. You're gonna learn a lot. What's up, Shay? You're gonna learn a lot. Shay, we already did Aqua. So if you was waiting on your Aqua stuff, we already did that. You gotta go back and check that out. So anyway, somebody who's very achieved. Some of y'all, they may be an award-win fighter or like award-win competitive. Like maybe they've won a lot of like achievements in competitive sports or in a competitive field. They're very like I don't know, recognized or very accomplished in some way. You're going to be inspired by this person's past achievements too. So there's maybe somebody who's done like great shit in the past anyway. Like they may have a lot of experiences that they share that like help you grow. Cause like maybe they've done the stuff that you've done. Cause the world in reverse, they're like, I've already done what you've done. I've already tried that shit. So let me give you a little, like the Queen of Wands is a helpmate, but it's also somebody who inspires you and hypes you up. They're a cheerleader. They tell you what you want to hear, but they be meaning it. Like they hype you up. They make you feel confident, and you're gonna like this person just being around this person or being in connection with this person because they make you feel attractive. They make you feel witty. They make you feel like the center of attention. They make you feel like the center of their world. And for some of you, as a past person, they didn't make you feel that way at first. You felt like, what is this? Where are we going? What's happening? You know what I mean? So some of y'all are going to heal the connection by giving it a fresh start. We got Ace of Pentacles, Five of Swords. There'll be a talk, a negotiation. Maybe you guys cross paths in some way, or you guys just talk. The world is here. Maybe you guys have been around each other for a while. There's just going to be a talk. You know what I mean? So the power struggle, the ego falls, and you guys, maybe you're looking very attractive that day. Maybe they're looking very attractive that day. Somebody talks. Somebody talks. All right. So that's that. All right. So it could be a Gemini, could be a Sag, could be a Capricorn, could be Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Pisces. Some of y'all, if this is a newer person, this is somebody who's a secret admirer of y'all's. Either they've lost a lot of weight, or you've lost a lot of weight, or there's a change to your body, or the moon could be fluctuations. So this person may fluctuate in weight. Like maybe they be up, then they be down. So there's maybe somebody who's like lost a lot of weight or gained a lot of weight or something like that. You know, maybe they have weight struggles. That may be the insecurity because they have an insecurity that they're healing, but like they've also gotten past the insecurity that you have that they can help you heal, and you're going to help them heal a certain insecurity. You know what I mean? So let's say, for instance, I'm just giving you an example one more time. Say that you were the one that was like heavy set or lost weight and they were good at communicating. You may help them lose weight and they help you be more of a communicator, a more open-minded person, or more speaking of communicating. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a duality in a sense to the connection. But anyway, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Sag, Gemini. All right. And I did say Libra. So I do my best, Shay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You said that's some good vibes. It is some good vibes. It's summertime vibes. They gotta come with the good vibes. Because why would we spend our summer with people we do not like? Unless we have to. You know what I mean? Like if you're like maybe in the Marines or in the Corps, you got to be around certain people that you may not be fond of. You know what I mean? If you were in prison or at work, you may have to work with people you don't like. That happens. You know what I mean? But like for the most part, if you can find like the best parts of the trait or the best like attributes in the relationship, it'll be worth it. What's up, T. Lee? You late as hell though. You late as hell though. But we ain't gonna say nothing about that. We ain't gonna say nothing about that. Yeah, we do. What you want to collab on, Shay? What do you want to collab on? They've been asking about me. What they've been saying? We miss Noonie. He was so handsome. They say that, Shay? Shay, did they say that? Shay, did they say that? What'd they say? Yeah, I went backwards, T. Lee. All right, so Taurus. Who is somebody else? Maybe somebody you guys have like a past life experience or a past life with or a past connection with. So some of y'all, this may be somebody who you guys maybe felt like you guys could have built stability or relationship with, a long-term partnership with. Could be a Capricorn. This is gonna be somebody who's persistent too, persistent to make something happen, or they may try to impress you guys with their materialism, with their with their materials, maybe with the money they have, the career they have, the status they have. You said what he said? He said they said where the ball nigga at? I know they did too. Where the ball nigga at? I know, real shit. People do say that. Where he at? Hey man, I'm right here. So it's some of y'all is maybe somebody who's in the 100,000 status, or like maybe has a great paying job. All right, or they're just maybe a business CEO or entrepreneur. They may be like maybe six figures or deeper. You know what I mean? Maybe a billionaire, maybe a millionaire. I was about to say a trillionaire, but who's a trillionaire? Other than like corporations, but like people who do get a piece of it. But anyway, it's somebody you're gonna like because they're very practical, down to earth. All right. So and they're gonna be very persistent. They sacrifice for you guys. So they'll probably give you their shirt off their back, or they'll give to you. They elevate you guys. Could be a Pisces, could be a Scorpio. Some of y'all, this is somebody who's very spiritual, or is a guru in some way, or just somebody who's just like very good at like whatever they do. Like they could be a high earner or a high achieving person. They may seem kind of like stoic or monk-like, like really, really gentle. Some of y'all, they may be very feminine. You know what I mean? Like they give like a very gentle vibe. So if you're a man, it's a feminine woman. She's very feminine, and she sacrifices for you. She'll give you her last. She'll share with you. You know what I mean? She's very entrepreneurial. She'll build. You know what I mean? She can create her own business. She can get her own money, and she'll give you some. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? She idolizes you. She views you in a higher light. So this would be a woman who like is around for that, to like make sure the quality of your life is better. You know what I mean? Sometimes they do play victim minds. They're like a victim, like they do play a victim like mindset at times, or a victim like stance at times, like where they make you like feel bad for them, or make you want to like go out your way for this person. That's what it is. They make you, they may not like, they may, so because they may kind of like put themselves up in a way where it doesn't seem like they're like asking for it, and they're not, but it's like you just feel like, oh, I'm just gonna give it to you. I just want you to be happy. So you may feel this way about this person, or this person will feel this way about you. One of those two ways, because they're like kind of sappy. You know what I mean? But like with a Capricorn energy, it gives a stoic. But like you can tell that they're tender. You know what I mean? They just maybe this is somebody who acts like they're above feelings at times. You know what I mean? Where they're like, I don't care about no love like that, but they do. You know what I mean? So some of y'all, they may be very like, and maybe into like an arts and crafts or some shit like that, or just something. I don't know. So they're independent man or woman. If it's a man or woman, they're kind of like distant. They keep their distance. You know what I mean? So some of y'all, they're into like working out or training, or I got the physical, I got the personal trainer, and I got an independent woman, man. So some of y'all are independent man, woman. You know, maybe they recently left a relationship, or they just keep their distance when it comes to connections. Okay, text me. They just keep their distance when it comes to relationships. Some of y'all had an ending with them because the Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords. You may have cut this person off. Could have been, you know, I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe you guys just got distance. Maybe you guys blocked them. Maybe you guys just weren't talking. Something like that. Something. Maybe there was like a betrayal that wasn't talking about, because the Ten of Swords is here and you guys didn't talk. So maybe it's an ending or betrayal that wasn't spoken about. You know what I mean? But there will be, because the Ace of Swords is here. There will be a talk. There will be communication between you and this person. All right. So some of y'all, they may try to make you feel bad for it. Like, you weren't talking to me. You didn't text me. You didn't message me. You know what I mean? So some of y'all may be like that. Like, this could be somebody who kind of makes you feel bad at times. You know what I mean? Even if they were to blame, or even if you were to blame, they kind of like, if you were to blame, they let you be like, it's okay. They forgive. They forgive and forget. And that's why you guys will probably go over the pattern again, because of the Ten of Swords. They forgot why if you guys were having beef with this person, they forget very quickly why they were upset with you guys. Just like that. Almost like that. Like, oh, what was I mad about again? They forget. They forget, but you guys go back over it again and something happens, and then they realize like, oh yeah, you fucking pissed me off because of this shit. You guys just, you guys will keep probably doing that. Self-notice, like, I feel comfortable with this person. So even if it's a new person, you guys will run into the same pattern with this person that you ran into the previous pattern with the last people, because it's something that you guys maybe aren't looking at or noticing about your patterns from the South Node, about your, like, maybe you're consistently doing this regularly. What is it that you're doing? Think about it, because that's what the Ten of Swords is. You keep ignoring this little niggling that you need to change something. It's in reverse too. So there's maybe somebody who helps you guys have a breakthrough with this tower, this epiphany, this realization. Oh, I need to do something. Maybe it's be a little bit more clear about your intentions when it comes to relationships. Be more clear about where you intend to have things go. Because Ten of Swords is like, we don't really have a clear ending. You know what I mean? And it usually just falls apart because of the tower. We didn't really have a clear goal in mind. I just like you. You like me. You know what I mean? We just talk. Maybe we just have conversations, but we never go past a certain point. You know what I mean? Like, I mean to, but I didn't. You know what I mean? I meant to, but I didn't. Well, why didn't you? I don't know. We didn't talk about it. I don't know. They give that, like, you just be sad. You'll just be sad. So some of y'all is just somebody who you guys keep going over the same pattern with. They make thirst traps. So I think they send you pictures, or they just maybe really look really nice in pictures, or they just be making up like elaborate stories to try to keep you enthralled in the relationship. You know what I mean? Like, there's somebody who's a good, maybe still a good storyteller. You know what I mean? Like, you may like talking to this person, and because of the Seven of Cups, it gives me like, this is somebody who maybe has options, but you may be the best option. You know, you may be more reliable, consistent partner, or the more practical partner. You know what I mean? Like, because you'll sacrifice for their needs, or they may be the more practical partner for you because they'll sacrifice for your needs. Even if it's a friendship or create a partnership, this would be somebody who goes out their way for you to make sure that you get over like hardships, obstacles, things that they've already done. They'd be like, oh, don't worry about it, I got you. Like they may be elevated in that light where they can see shit that you might overlook or miss, and they help you out. They sacrifice for you. They come to your rescue. You know what I mean? They got great ideas. They be inspired by you. You be inspired by them. So when they're exhausted or when you're exhausted, they bring ideas or they bring like, you know, like it seems like heavenly guidance to you out of nowhere because they give you these breakthroughs and these epiphanies. They be like, hey, here's a great idea for you. You be like, what? All you got to do is take action and do this. You be like, for real? Yeah, hell yeah. You know what I mean? All right, what was I supposed to do? This is what you do. And they tell you what to do. You be like, yeah, it worked. You right. Like, see? I told you, you know what I mean? So you'll like this about this person because they do go out of their way for you, you know what I mean? But people also elevate them. So that's what you'll like about them too, is like people elevate them and place them in higher regard at times. And they may not even notice it. They may even not like, because the Ten of Swords could be an insecurity or like a nervousness themselves. So this may be, and the Seven of Cups, and I say they play like a victim mindset. So this could be somebody who has a lot going for themselves and be feeling like, stuff isn't really working the way I would like it to work. Like they could be a millionaire, billionaire, 100,000 there, whatever, doing very well, working at a great job, and be like, I'm not doing as well as I would like to do. You know what I mean? But whatever. Anyway, you'll like it. So it could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Scorpio. All right. So yeah, they may have long flowing hair, or like, you know what I mean. And then some of the other got bald head because we got the Guru, and then we got Libra here too. I'm gonna tell you, it's a Libra here. All right, because they got bald head. If you can see it, dude head bald. So it could be even a bald hair, like blonde hair, reddish hair, something like that. Maybe I would say like a bowl cut, like maybe like a little bang and some shit like that. A little bang or something like that. A little bang or something. Boomhauer. That's what I was thinking of. He maybe talk like Boomhauer in a way. He may have like a little accent where he talk like. You be like, damn, he talk like an old man. He may not even be old, or she may not even be old. They talk like they talk like they mama. Talk with like an old school slang. Like we was raised by your grandma. Yeah, you'll pop up in your life all your life because you talk like one. So you may think this about them. They may have like an old spirit. All right. So anyway, Aries. Let me get a little sippy sip real quick. All right. So Aries, let's see. Who's going to be your summertime muse? Oh, I didn't even look. We got Libra twice, 7th house, and we got Libra in general. So could be a Libra. If not, it's going to be somebody who's aesthetically pleasing to the eye. You may find them to be appealing. They may be slender, because I always think of Libras as being slender. But even if they weren't, even if they were heavy set, this would be somebody who looks good to you as they are. We got 12th house here. They may be vain in a way. 12th house, all right. 12th house. This is somebody who you guys are going to find attractive because it's the first house, but it's also somebody who's going to find you attractive because of your natural personality. You know what I'm saying? Their natural traits, just the way that you are. They like it. They like it if you're fiery. And then Pisces is here too. So this would be somebody who you guys will have like a partnership that's deep, and you won't understand why you like feel the way that you feel about this person. And it'll be the same thing for them. You guys will have like a spiritual connection. You'll feel like it's a spiritual connection. You'll feel like this person is devoted to you, even if they. So this is what it'll feel like. At first, it'll feel like I'm all in with this person, and then other days it'll feel like I don't want this bitch around me. I don't want this dude around me. Fuck him. And then other days you'd be like, I'm possessive over this person, protective over this person, and they'll be the same way with you. So like some days you'll feel like they're not even there for you, and then other days you'll feel like they're smothering you. You know what I mean? And then other days you'll feel like it's just right. It's like it starts off with Piscean energy. So this person is like it's like they may be very. It's not moody, but they just maybe like it's like all or nothing at sometimes, and then other times, like I said, it's all or nothing. Because sometimes it's all in, and then other days it's nothing. You're like, damn, do you even care? But they do. You know what I mean? They do. They just be very independent. But this is somebody who you'll feel like you have a bond with that's maybe unspoken. You know what I mean? Because maybe they just take action in ways that they don't speak about. All right. So it could be a Scorpio, could be a Pisces. All right. So this would be somebody who's very negotiable. So maybe some of y'all, they may be a lawyer, or they may just be somebody who takes charge a lot in situations. Maybe they do a lot of negotiations with people, or this may be somebody who you guys have to negotiate about the direction of the relationship. They're used to being in charge. You know what I mean? So they may be used to being the leader of their relationships. You may be used to being a leader in your relationships. This person is attractive. They're vain. So you may have to like negotiate with this person because they're attractive too. You know what I mean? So they ain't just got to go for the shit that you go for. You know what I mean? They're driven too. They're stubborn too. So you guys got a little something on your hands right now. This could be somebody who'll give you a run for the money. What's up there, Anita B with the support? So this would be somebody who'll give you a little run for your money. You know what I'm saying? And because y'all the last one, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of this. What's her name? Mine real quick. Because y'all the last one. So it says, honestly, I'm not ready for a commitment. I'm not ready for a relationship right now. So there's somebody who wants to be around you, but is not ready for a relationship right now. And it says the wet dreams about you. And it says, I run when it gets real. So they got runner energy. So whoever this is somebody who, like, you may feel like they're there for you some days, and then other days you be like, this motherfucker is not, they do not care about me. They are not there for me, but they do be there for you. Maybe they go through their little stages and moves where they gotta isolate and they gotta like spend time on their own. Cause like this may be somebody who's maybe used to being abandoned or being left on their own or left to fend for themselves. So they've like grown up to be very independent. So this may be you learning to break a cycle, because 12th house can be relationships that come into your life to break a cycle and to reveal your hidden patterns and to see deeper parts into your psyche that you like, why do you keep doing this way? Why do you feel this way about things? This is somebody who can do like deep healing for you guys through this connection for the summer. They'll inspire you. This may be somebody who's very active or lives a very physical, active lifestyle. Some of y'all, if not, they'll be inspiring you to do so in whatever way. Like even if you guys have problems in a relationship, they'll inspire you to do so. You got 10 of Swords, Queen of Wands in reverse. So this would be somebody who maybe even makes you feel a little ashamed about your appearance. Maybe they say mean stuff to you sometimes. Or just if they don't say mean stuff to you, because 10 of Swords was there and the Queen of Wands in reverse, this could be somebody, sometimes a woman who will say, or a man who will say things to you in a hurtful way and not intend to. They just be like so self-assured that like, you know what I mean? Like they're arrogant in a way and confident in a way where it's like, you know, maybe they just say it and they didn't even think nothing of it. You'd be like, damn, why'd you say that? I knew I had a little role here, but like, damn, you like point that out. They don't mean to, but they do say it. Like if they see you getting a little heavy, they might like, you are getting a little heavy, you know what I mean? But they don't, you know, they don't mean to, but like this is somebody who can like say what's on their mind at times. So it's a 10 of Swords, and it was a 10 of Swords reverse, and it was the Sun. I mean, not Sun, the Queen of Wands. So it could be a Leo, could be a Cancer. All right, so this could be somebody who sometimes lets you guys in on like secrets, or like has like secrets that they share with you guys. Like they let you know about stuff that's happening. Yeah, Page of Wands. They're adventurous. They may go places. They may explore a lot. There's somebody who gets jealous very quickly over you guys, or if they're not getting your attention, they fall in love very quickly. That's what the thing about this. It's gonna be somebody who's gonna fall in love very quickly with you guys, but also fall in love just as fast. Because they're used to being abandoned, or they're used to being maybe rejected or overlooked in some way. They're attractive now. So they're not like it's not that for them anymore. But like just somebody who still replays back stories to themselves of like what it used to be for themselves. You know what I mean? So if some of y'all they're in like past their prime in a way, and then some of y'all they're not. Because like some of y'all they kind of regret not taking the opportunities that were being presented. We got the King of Cups in reverse. So it could be somebody who maybe even like regrets or resented not taking lead or taking action or exploring or like experiencing things in the way that they wanted to. So you guys may be helping them heal in that light too. Like you guys will be helping each other like work through stuff that like maybe you don't see yourself in the light that they see you in. That's what this person is coming into your life to like help you break a pattern of how you viewed yourself, because your personality is going to start shining. You're going to have a lot more confidence. You're going to have a lot more like ambition or a lot more drive to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? You'll be able to negotiate, but you'll be able to get like a lot more partnerships. You'll be able to take charge in situations. Even if you're already doing this, then you're just going to inspire somebody else to do this, and you're going to like enjoy doing it for somebody else because you've already gotten to this, and you're going to like seeing them grow, seeing them learn, seeing them experience it. You know what I mean? You're going to enjoy seeing them go through it. You're like, oh, okay, I see you growing. I see you getting better. I like this. You're going to feel inspired in that light. But you may be inspiring this person too to break patterns that they've been struggling with. And some of y'all just may be a sexual connection. It may just be more fun based because of the Page of Wands, and I've seen the Queen of Wands in reverse. It may just be like a one night stand. 5 of Pentacles could be a neighbor, it could be anybody, it could be a roommate, it could be anybody. This may be somebody else, maybe somebody who's in a relationship because of the King of Cups in reverse, or this may be somebody who's you may feel comfortable with them because of the 4 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. You may feel comfortable because you've noticed them before, you've seen them around before. You guys just maybe never initiated. Maybe you weren't really interested at one time, or you didn't really feel like they were interested, because the 12th house can also be hard to read by the interactions that you have with people. And the 10 of Swords could be intimidated to talk to you. So you may kind of feel like they're fidgety. You may feel like they stutter. Maybe they have like a stammer. You know, maybe they have like a way that they kind of speak that like just doesn't like, it kind of like repeats itself. So they maybe repeat themselves a lot in a way where it's like, I gotta say the same thing again and again. Kind of like to like boost themselves up. They like to hype themselves up. Maybe they talk about themselves in third person. You know what I mean? Like Noonie doesn't go for that. You like, what? Noonie doesn't go for that. Who said that? Oh, I'm saying it about Noonie. You like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like they may talk like that way. Like this could be somebody who's like vain in that way, where they kind of like talk about themselves now a lot. They can't help it. You know what I mean? But they're attractive. You know what I mean? So this is somebody who's probably going to bring up your early childhood. You'll bring up their early childhood. You'll like connecting with them because it's like you guys may have experienced the same things. All right. So could be a Scorpio, could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, could be a Taurus. Could be a Libra, could be a Cancer, could be an Aries, could be a Pisces. I said Scorpio? I did. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right. And they'll be generous too. King of Cups is verse. They'll be generous too. You know, either generous of spirit or generous of like giving. But they're giving for intention because King of Cups in reverse. They care a little bit more than what they let on. So it may come off as like harmless gifts, but like, you know, I find you, I'm sweet on you. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that though. You know what I mean? So look for that. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. So, we did it under a minute, and we did it under an hour and 35. I love it. I love it. Thank y'all so much for being here, y'all. Thanks for the support. This was a good one. I am glad that I did this one because it was kind of interesting. But I'm also going to do who will your summertime boo-boo be? Because they may be different than what a summertime muse is. The muse is just to keep you inspired. But this may be your boo-boo. Maybe be somebody who you guys are like in a relationship, connected, intimate. You know what I mean? So I noticed that the wording definitely changes the way the reading goes. So that's going to change it when I do that topic. Also got a different topic tomorrow for y'all. So thank y'all for being here. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. I'll probably be here in the morning, maybe. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. Because I know I got to do the Zodiac. So I may be here early in the morning. May not be. We'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. All right. Anyway, I'm gone. Thank y'all.